G'day there, once again viewers, your mate Kamikaze78 here, coming to you guys with some more Planetside 2 content. Today my friends, we're going to be having a chat about a playstyle that I've been thoroughly enjoying as of late, and have therefore been investing a lot of my certs into. We are of course talking about the Ambusher Jump Jets playstyle. The chaotic, sometimes clumsy Ambusher Jump Jets for the light assault are just a license in some cases to cause carnage and print certs, and in other situations send you straight back to the spawn tubes if you aren't careful. Today I wanted to share some tips behind using the Ambusher Jump Jets based on my time with them, both on how you should be using them and with what loadout you should be running them with. Considering that they are so different from your original Jump Jets and are very much an all or nothing approach, you want to make sure that you aren't charging head on into destination fucked or with the wrong loadout. So without further ado, let's get into it. Firstly, let's discuss loadout options. With how the Ambusher Jump Jets work, you aren't just going to be able to take them and slap them onto any old light assault loadout and expect everything to work fine and dandy. All the other Jump Jets in the game currently are built for more traversal, or scoring flanking routes in some way, shape or form. The ambushers differ in being kind of a tool that lets you get close or far away incredibly quickly, a more or less defensive or offensive reactive option. This is the kind of tool that you build a loadout around, kind of like the Infiltrator's Stalker cloaking ability and the flurry of knifing only loadouts that we saw based on that ability. So with any loadout, the most important element is the weapon of choice, and here we're going to be getting rid of our carbine straight away. Ditch it. Nope, I don't care how much you love your carbine, it needs to go. The Ambusher loadout is now your shotgun loadout. As we've said before, the Ambushers are the type of jump jet that is going to see you get extremely close to targets incredibly quickly, hence, well, the name. And with that, you're going to need a weapon that's going to deal the damage you need to down a target incredibly quickly with minimal time to kill. Even submachine guns, I would argue, don't have the shock and awe factor needed to be effective with these jump jets. And considering that your SMGs and carbines need more precision, and well, precision takes time isn't going to be something you're going to be blessed with while using these jump jets, and so on and so forth. You're better off switching out to a shotgun. So with that, something sloppy like a shotgun is going to be best, and while it is possible to be effective with other weapons on the ambushes, and trust me, I have done it before with weapons like the GD7F or, you know, the Blitz, for example. Those are close quarters orientated weapons and do pretty well with the ambushes. You'll just be better off switching out your jump jets in favor of something a little bit more controllable over your flight path to achieve more flanking routes with those weapons than something that's designed to get in the face of the enemy extremely quickly. With that sort of loadout, you're going to want something that's going to down your target in record time, and that is exactly where a shotgun comes into effect here with this loadout. Now, something else we're also going to want to aim to achieve here is as short a recharge time on your ambushes as possible, because, well, after using them, you are grounded until the recharge blesses you once again. So with that, there's a couple of things that you need to invest in. Some somewhat temporary investments, whereas others are a little bit more long-term based. Now, obviously, I think it goes without saying here that the end game is to reach the max level of the aerial combatant implant, which upon snagging a kill will recharge your jump jets automatically and give you the ability to either move on to your next target or get the hell out of dodge. But that is going to require a lot of ISO-4 to craft/upgrade, and that can be timely to grab, and requires some RNG to actually acquire the implant in the first place if you decide to go the certification route through mystery boxes. So in the meantime, you are going to want to grab some degrees of the flight suit, which is going to reduce your recharge time of the ambushers, and hey, every little bit can help. Now, another investment I would actually recommend making with a loadout like this is the safe fall implant. Now, thankfully, it's pretty damn common to acquire this implant, so you shouldn't have any issues in that regard, but it can actually be an absolute godsend in making sure that you don't splatter yourself on a cliffside or off a cliffside while using these jump jets that certainly have a decent amount of kick to them. The level 3 implant is the one that I run currently, and it gets by just fine in most situations, with, you know, most situations seeing me take no fall damage at all, and if any, just the tiniest of bits. So don't feel compelled to max out this implant ASAP, it should be something that you go for a little bit later down the line. So having the loadout completed for this absolute shit show of a playstyle, you are the better part of the way there, and, well, beyond beyond that, it's going to take a lot of failed attempts and a couple of shining examples to make them work and learn exactly how to / how to not use them. The main challenge here is going to be learning exactly how much momentum the jets are going to give you, and you don't want to be charging into a crowd of 15 enemies, as that will end up just about as well as you'd expect. But if you don't get the distance right and land short, then you're going to be left awkwardly bunny hopping, trying to close the distance to the enemies you intended to land near. It is an incredibly narrow window of opportunity that takes time to master, and it's something that I haven't particularly mastered either. I'm not going to deny that. Something to also get used to here is using the jump jets in combination with the C4, as getting the timing right between when you should throw the C4 as you pass over a target is going to allow for some incredible carpet bombs on targets like max suits. If you can angle your jump in a way that allows you to carpet bomb a target and then make it into a sweet escape all in one jump, then you can make some really effective plays that will leave your enemies scratching their heads as to where the hell you just happen to have come from and what the hell just happened to them at the end of the day. One thing I can suggest with these jump jets, however, over merely practicing with them, is taking the time to understand that this is a jump jet that requires some real thought as to whether you should use it or not in certain situations. The ambushes are great for not only closing the gap on a target, but you can also use them as an escape tool or even as a way to reach new high grounds to ambush from if you're lucky with the terrain around you. The idea here is to make sure that you are taking the time to not waste these jump jets, and you are using them for a set purpose, not just for convenience. It can be quite easy to blow a jump jet burst on the notion of making some ground quickly on a capture point, for example, when you're not taking any fire, and sometimes this isn't such a bad idea if you know that you are safe, but try to only use them when needed outside of those situations, because if you don't keep such discipline in place, it will come to bite you in the ass later on down the line, because you won't have the jump jets ready to go when you need them the most. Oh, and be careful with spamming the button to jump as they are recharging, because this can actually shorten your jump distance if you're not careful by taking your finger off the spacebar earlier than intended. By doing this, the jump jets will turn off mid-jump and will actually shorten your travel time significantly and waste a burst. It's something that I'm still getting used to, for that matter, because, you know, I've been using the skirmishes my entire playtime in Planetside 2, essentially. And guys, on that note, that kind of wraps up some discussion points I wanted to do about the ambusher jump jets. I'm in no way, shape or form an expert with these things, but, you know, I always enjoy having a discussion about the things that I'm using in-game every once in a while and showing some tips off where I can, so I figured we'd use this video as an opportunity to do that. Beyond that, guys, just a small update as to what's going on behind the scenes. I do know that this video took a really long time to come out since my last video. It was 10 days ago now, and I do apologise for that. At the end of the day, guys, university is slamming me at the moment. I do have a lot of work to do. One project that I'm working on at university right now is actually something to go on the channel, so you guys will be seeing that, but I do ask for your patience. I am streaming a lot on Twitch now, because Twitch is something that I can just jump on, hang out with you guys for a bit, and at least get some content out on the internet without dropping 8 hours onto a video. And not to mention that work has also been absolutely silly, moving into a Christmas rush period and working in retail. That is not going to be a fun period for me. So guys, I do thank you for your understanding on that front. It has been a very hectic time for me as of late, and to all of those who are still with me now, listening to this part, then I do thank you once again for your support on that front. Really do appreciate it, guys. Anyway, if you found yourself enjoying the video, then be sure to backhand that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you find yourself backhanding that like button and you guys are new to the channel, then please do not hesitate to hit backhand that subscribe button. And if you are an avid user of the ambusher jump jets, then let me know what your playstyles are, what your tips are for using these interesting little tools. I'd really be interested in hearing what you guys have to say on that front, because I've been having a lot of fun, and I'll actually appreciate any tips as well that you guys may have to using these better to your advantage. Once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, and I'll be seeing you guys all in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good one.